My name is Daniel, and I never thought that a night at the famous Old Faithful Inn in Yellowstone would end up being the most terrifying memory of my life. I traveled alone to see the wooden hotel, famous for the story of a headless bride that some guests claim to have seen. I arrived at the hotel late. The place possessed a strange beauty, but I felt an uncomfortable sensation, as if someone were watching me. That night after dinner, I returned to my room near midnight. Before going to sleep, I heard slow footsteps outside my door. I thought it was another guest, until I heard a sob accompanied by the sound of a dress dragging along the floor. I opened the door, but the hallway was empty. The light flickered, and an intense chill ran through my body. Then I saw a figure at the end of the corridor. It was a woman in an antique wedding dress covered in dust. She was walking toward me, but something was wrong. Her hands were holding a head in her arms, while a dark stain of blood dripped from her empty neck. I wanted to move, but my legs wouldn't respond. The woman raised the head she was holding, and its eyes snapped open. The face belonged to her. She looked at me with sorrow and whispered, "Have you seen my husband?" I ran toward the stairs without looking back. I could hear her footsteps behind me, coming closer and closer. I reached the lobby and begged the clerk for help, but when I turned back toward the hallway, there was no one there. The employee turned pale and said, "Her again." He told me that decades ago a bride disappeared in the hotel before her wedding. Her body was found, but her head was never located. Since then, some visitors claimed to see her searching for her lost husband. I thought it was all over until the next morning. I reviewed the photos I had taken in the corridor and found an image I didn't remember capturing. In it, I was sleeping in my room while a headless woman sat right beside my bed. I left the Old Faithful Inn that day and never returned. But every time I am alone and hear a dress dragging, I remember that voice asking for her husband. The worst part is that some nights I wake up to find ancient dust on my pillow, as if someone is still looking for me.